Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my Minecraft Beat the Beat Ultimate Let's Play. And we have got some cool ideas to do this episode. Oh, just move my mic. Hello, that's better. So, what I have been doing since last episode is making a few of the Industrial Craft 2 gadgets, namely the electric tree tap. This definitely helps when harvesting rubber because it doesn't break, and it seems to use the energy from the power on my feet, so we don't have to keep replenishing it in an MFE or an MFSU every time it runs out, which is pretty awesome. Ooh, good harvest today. So that's pretty much how I've been harvesting the rubber so far, but you know, I like automation because it's lazy mode engage, so we're going to have to do something about that, but for now this will do. And I've been doing a bit more work down here as well. I've pushed this wall back and I found an apiary. I mean, sorry, not an apiary, a hive. That's probably a rocky drone, so this might become our bee area, and this will become our liquids room. And I'll expand it, of course. And I've added another area here for the implosion compressor, which we will need to make iridium plates and a lot of other things. So that's all good. And we're slowly getting through the cobblestone. Slowly being the operative word. Look at that. It's trickling down. Coffee. And the rig isn't on at the moment. So if it were on, we'd have a net increase of cobblestone because the recyclers are too slow. But we don't really have enough E-generation at the moment to cater for more than 2 recyclers with overclockers. Which brings me on to the first call of business, if I said that right. That is to upgrade the geothermal generators. I got a very good comment saying that you can use them, to make thermal generators. And apparently they are more efficient, and they do store EU. Does it say how much it stores? No, it doesn't. Okay, this can store 1 million EU, which is pretty nifty. That's as much as an MFS. No wait, that's as much as this 10 million. Yeah, it is. Right, this is that's the same as 1/10 of an MFSU, which is not too bad, seeing as it isn't an MFSU. So we're going to be doing that. And in order to upgrade it, let's just type in thermal so we can get the ingredients more easily. We can use either aluminium plates, which I don't have any of, or Invar plates. And luckily, through all the pulverizing that we've done, we managed to get some pulverized ferrous metal. And it's already night. Look at that. So I combined that with 2 iron dusts, and I made some Invar blend. And I then smelted it to make an Invar ingot. So we then need to take it downstairs again. Back down to the plate bending machine, because we need to make them into plates, I do believe. Yeah, Invar plates. So, go! And they will get sucked into the system. What else do we need? We need 15 Invar ingots, Invar plates rather, so they're cooking out because we have 3 geothermal generators. And we need to also get 3 hardened glass and 6 electronic circuits. That's pretty easy. Oops, not garden. Hardened glass. So 1, 2, 3, and circuits. Oh, we have loads of them. Excellent. So, do we have our wrench on us? Yep. I think it's still in lossless mode. I hope it is. Let's do whoop, bloop, and bloop. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, there we go. I hope these connect. If they don't, I'll be disappointed. Right. Invar plates. And we should, therefore, just be able to do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then 3 there, 3 there, and this gives us 3 thermal generators. Awesome. And can we do this? Oh, I was going to say they don't connect. Oh my god. Mini hard drop then. Wow, that was a shock. So is it generating EU? Oh yeah, look at that. And that's probably about twice as fast. maybe 3 times as fast at a stretch as a geothermal generator setup, so that's good. And this is still chunk loaded, right? Yep, it's all good, all working. So that's that done. Good, and then on to step 2, which is probably, let's have a look at my to-do list. We can either make a rubber farm using an arboretum. Oh god, hang on. Can I hide the micro blocks? Mods. Wait, isn't it a separate one here? Nope. Ugh. These things can be so temperamental. Red power. Yes, red power. Nope, red power. Scroll down. Micro blocks. Shift left click. No, shift right click. There we go. Get rid of them all. Cool. What was I doing? Arboretum. There we go. It's the only one that's still craftable, because if you notice, you do actually have a rubber farm here, but I'm clicking it and I'm pressing R and stuff, there's no recipe. So we need golden electron tubes, sturdy casing and a basic circuit board, as well as a logger, and the tree tap. Oh, these cost diamantine. It's expensive. There's also a rubber tree harvester, but you can't craft that either. But there is a tree tap. I think you can craft it. Yeah. Glass, tree tap, and sturdy casing with 4 tree taps. But I did test this out on a creative world and it didn't seem to work. I think I got like 1 resin from it. So I think what we're going to do is just take the easy way out and just have a massive rubber tree farm and then cut them down. And then extract the wood instead of the resin. And I know that's kind of slow, but we don't need a constant supply of rubber, and then over time it'll build up and it'll be a nice supply of rubber for us. So I will go and get the ingredients for making the rubber farm and I will be right back. Okay, so I have created and crafted the arboretum and the logger, and they all require Michael Jacksons. But I was out of conduits, and well, not out, I had 4. So I've just gone ahead and crafted up a pattern. So there we go. ME encoded assembler pattern for 4 energy conduits. And I also have 4 reinforced machine casings and 4 standard machine casings, so that when we come to... Was that a dead block? Enderman! So when we come to installing the implosion compressor and the something else, the industrial grinder, then we can just quickly manufacture the casings with no worry. That's why I love applied energistics. So, with that, with the conduit recipe in, let's request a stack. I don't think we have nearly enough for that, but or do we? Oh wow, we do. I was pleasantly surprised. So, let's fill that with redstone. Lovely jubbly. Do we need to put any more redstone in there? No, we should have plenty. So, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put this farm yet, because it's going to take up quite a big area. But it's probably going to be around here, because I don't think this interferes with anything. So, yeah, let's do it here. So, let's have the... Should we have it raised? Yeah, let's have it raised. Arboretum can go there, and the structure will build itself around there as the central point. So we're going to need to feed conduit... Whoop! Don't crush. There we go. We're going to need to feed conduit wires from over here into the system. Let's try and find where there are some conduits. Around here somewhere. There we go. There's one. So let's feed it out to there. Okay. Quite a way to go. So we can have a chat while I do this. It's kind of semi-real talk, because with the release of the Unleashed pack and the kind of soonish ending to the Cryptocraft Minecraft pack server, not the server itself, have no worry, just the mod pack that we're using, because we're resetting the server. I have a bit of an idea of what to do. and I don't know whether I should say anything just yet. I want to tease you guys a bit more, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. You might be able to guess. I don't know. I'm not giving anything away just yet. I'll probably have another channel update and give it away in there. So these two both need a conduit. Cool, we can feed these in. And can I reach the thing? No. No such luck. Let's go and fetch them from the liquid thingy, whatever it's called. Liquid transposer, that's the word. So yeah, actually what I will say is that this series is going to end soon. Dun dun dun! But yes, it is going to come to an end soon. I haven't thought of how to do it, but it will happen within the next 2 weeks, maybe? I can't remember exactly, but I think it's about then. So yeah, apologies for you die-hard Ultimate fans, but don't worry, a new series will come to take its place pretty much immediately, and it'll be using the Unleashed pack. Oh, hello. We are. Oh, of course, it's clearing the land. I was like, why are things popping out? But no, it needs to clear the land, and then it's going to lay down humus and saplings. So let's have a look at the recipe for humus. And this is actually why we were doing the wheat farm. Oh, we can do the carpenter with mulch. That might be a thing, because we have quite a lot of apples, so we should be able to get a lot of mulch from the apples. Let's have a look. Mulch. We have 19. It's alright. We can go in the carpenter, get rid of you lot, and then have dirt. So dirty. And mulch, and then loads of water. Make me mulch. I mean, mulch? Make me humus. It's going to make us more than we have enough dirt for. There we go. Give us some more dirt. We're going to have to set this up to the applied energetic system very soon. That's definitely going to happen. But for now we're just going to do this manually. And 3, 2, 1, done. Yeah, I kind of like squashed everything in there, but that's sort of my, I don't know what to call it, danger zone area. Seems to be a popular phrase amongst people. Right, humus, humus, humus. See, it's planting at rapid speed. Excellent. Wait, with it? Oh, it's double layering. It's like, where's the other stuff? And now we need to get the rubber saplings. Rubber tree saplings. Only 12, but we will get more. Have no worry. Oops, this one. Shift clicking doesn't work still, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, this is quite an old technology, so the saplings aren't updated. So these are rubber saplings, but they appear as fir tree saplings. Or spruce trees, not fir trees. But they are, in fact, rubber trees. And we also need to get some export buses. There's one. And we need to get some import buses. We need to get 2 of these, because we need to import to the system what the farm produces. And the sun is going down. Great. Do I have 35 ME cables? I'm going to need more. See if we can craft a stack. Let's just make sure that we have a good supply of it. Oh yeah, look at that. Easy mode. Easy. Easy, easy. Oh, gimme. No, gimme, gimme, gimme. So let's also connect up this to the ME system, which I probably should have done at the same time as the conduits, but I'm stupid. Just light up this area. Don't want anything nasty spawning down here. That would not be good. And actually we can just feed this along. I'm not entirely sure, but I think cabling does increase the unit per tick consumption rate of the ME network. We can go and check, because the ME controller will tell us, because it's clever like that. And we need to import into the system from these guys. And then we need to export into the units mulch and humus and rubber saplings, because gonna make a bit of a mess here. Because the rubber saplings will count as a product of the system, and we need to go and sleep. Oh no, let me out. Yeah, the rubber tree saplings will count as a product of the system, so we need to first export it to the system, or import it to the system rather, and then export it back out to the Arboretum. So let's go and do that. So this should be working though. I mean, once we set this up. So we need to just do that for now. It'll produce sand as a byproduct. So yay, we'll get some sand. Also, I haven't noticed any mobs on the surface. I don't know whether that's just me sleeping really quickly, but I'm beginning to get a little bit concerned. But we can just harvest this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at all that rubber. Showering me with rubber. Yeah, all over my face. What? So, yeah, this series is going to end in the next 2 weeks. But don't worry, I'll think of something epic to end it with. Not entirely sure what yet, but it'll be awesome. And we need to get rid of one of you so that we can tell this system to import, well, use the export bus to tell it to import. Why do I have this? Stack, there we go. So I want you to import as many rubber trees as you can, or rubber tree saplings as you can. And we also need it to import humus. That's all good. Yeah, let's neat up the area while we are here, because I don't think we need to add any more now. Wait, just... Ah, it grew. Sweet. Does that mean we have... Nope. Does that mean we have some rubber wood in here now? Yeah, there we go. Rubber wood. Cool, we're getting there. And we need to set up a humus production facility, probably involving the carpenter down here, which will now become a permanent feature. Yeah, I need to supply it with mulch. How do I get mulch again? Mulch. Interview squeezing apples. Okay. That creates apple juice. I need to store the apple juice, otherwise the squeezer stops. So, that brings us on to our next project, which might have to wait until the next episode, I'm not entirely sure. But it'll involve creating a liquids room, and probably the first thing we're going to put in there is apple juice. So do I have the squeezer? Yes, good. Squeezer. Squeeze me. And we need to give you an export bus, craft one. And then we can tell this to export in apples. And do stacks. And then we can tell you to... You need another export bus and some cabling, but I have that on me. So export and just link you two, and then you two can be linked run back here. Seems the most logical place. Cool. So you should have... Oh god, okay, that's a lot of apples. That's all the apples. But we do have an oak tree farm. But anyway, we need to export dirt. Is this going to fill up the whole... Yeah, it is. So, we're going to have to make a new carpenter if we want to use that in the future. And we need to export mulch. Do we have any more mulch in the system yet? No. Is there any mulch in here? Yes. Perfect. So, export mulch as well, and is that going to change anything? Just plunk you in. But of course it's going to get used up. We might have to not export dirt for now. There's quite a lot of dirt in there. Anyway, God, our inventory. Look at this inventory, guys. It's terrible. You can go in, you can go in, you can go in. Cool. Much better. You go there, and you go there. Excellent. Okay. So you are squeezing away, and you need to be exporting as well. Or importing rather, into the system. Keep getting these things around the wrong way. Like the import bus imports into the system. It doesn't import items. Well, it does import items, but it imports it into a network. Anyway, and this is all lovely. So it's now exporting mulch, and the mulch goes in here automatically. And we need to, again, import into the system. We need to import the... Ah, sweet, that does work. We need to import the humus, which is working. Perfect. Oh, stacks. The stack mode doesn't seem to affect the humus. Interesting. So let's just double check that the humus is actually going into our arboretum. And we should be good to go. Ah, resin. Gimme. No, gimme. Pick it up. Oh, it's too slow. Yeah, I think that's working. Should be working. You should be exporting humus into there. Are you gonna update your numbers? Because I know we had more than that. I should really put a wireless terminal here so I can access my stiff. But yeah, I think this is working. I think. I hope. Or did we just happen to arrive at just the right time to see that not send any more humus? Probably not though. Probably just going into our system. Oh no. We must have just got rid of it all. Okay, fair enough. We don't have enough water. Ah, okay. New thing. Water craft. Give me 64. Or just give me one for now. And you need to export water cans. Is this going to work? It does. Fancy that. And this is being exported. I don't know what happens when the arboretum fills up though. I'm hoping that it just backlogs into the system. But we'll see. Anyway. So what should we do next? Let's actually, seeing as we're going to be making a lot of mulch, and yet we're already full of apple juice. So the next step is to make a liquids room. So we need to get a liquid tesseract. Do we have one? No, I'm pretty sure we do. Ha! Knew it. But we need to get 2 of them. Oh, 2 in total. And we have 10 unattuned tesseracts here. So how do we make a liquid tesseract? It is silver, pneumatic servo, and copper. Okay, let's put you like so. And get a pneumatic servo. Oops, no, stop. Pneumatic servo. That goes there, and then we need silver. Was it like that? And then tin on top? No. Copper on top. Almost. So close, but so far. Where's all my copper? I don't have that much copper. Jeez, where's that all gone? Okay, bottom layer is tin. I thought something wasn't working. So tin. Oh. Cool. And we'll probably just make all of these. Oh yeah. Just make 10 of you. Good. Plonk you in there, and then you in the system, and just do this. Rah! Cool. 11 liquid tesseracts. Because why not? And then we can link this up to the... to this. Or do we need... I don't know whether we need a liquid duct out. Let's see. Device inactive. Let's call it frequency 1 and name it apple juice. Save frequency. And you are owner only. Why not? Wait. What did I do? Yeah, good. Owner only set. Okay, still does the highlighted thing. And we want you to no, send only. So yeah, we'll see if this works shortly. So what we can do now is either set up a Zycraft tank like we have been doing, or start using iron tanks, which can hold much more, and they are more expensive, but they're also pretty cool, and we have loads of iron. We do need to convert them into iron plates. So have I actually done that? Ha! Look at me. Look at me, guys. I'm so efficient. And I don't know how big the tanks need to be. I'm not that good at this. But I think... How to make this? Ooh, loads of glass panes. But I think, yeah, I'll take another quick break and get some of the tank walls set up and see you guys in a second. Okay, so I've made some of the materials. I'm hoping it's going to be enough. Probably won't be, knowing my luck. I'll probably be woefully short. But let's have... how do we want this? Let's have it sunken down one. And I think they need to be an even number, so let's do it 4x4. Let's clear a 4x4 space, and I am so getting this iron. Seeing as we're going to be using a lot of iron, may as well gather all we can. Let's put a torch, even though it's just going to be in the way. And a valve can go here, and then iron tank walls can be the base. Wow, yeah. Woefully under prepared. What was that? Low pressure boiler. Huh. That must be for the steam boiler. So let's make the struts out of iron. Where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's make it 4x4x4. I think I'm doing this right. Maybe? Or should I make it one higher? Yeah, let's make it one higher. This looks kind of like a dwarf tank. Definitely don't want that. So let's have... Ooh, can I reach? Yeah. Placing heavy, solid iron tank walls in midair with no support. Like a boss. So I think this will work. I think. I don't know whether they need to be square, that's the thing. But, well, we'll soon find out. So, more... Oh god, definitely going to need more of these glass panes. How do I make them again? Glass panes and things. Let's get a crafting table out. Crafting tabler. Do this and then this. Let's do that many. I think this should be enough to fill in all the sides. Looking good. And we shall soon see if what we have done is good. And we just need another valve in there, because we need one for in, one for out. I think that's how it works. So do that, and that. And then we right click. Or do we have to right click on the valve? Let's try right click on the valve. No! It is not working. I think it needs to be a square shape. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll tell you what guys, I'll just be right back again and read up a little bit of these tanks and see you guys in a second. So I did some more reading up and I found out that the base actually has to be an odd number. Either 3x3, 5x5, 7x7 or 9x9. Pretty sure it went up to 9x9, did it? Yes. And it can be 4 to 8 blocks tall. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm hoping that when I place this last iron pane here, it'll turn into a tank. So fingers crossed guys. Oh yeah, look at that. And it holds 2,400 buckets worth, because each bucket is 1,000. So that is pretty sweet. And where's the other? There we go. You can be the out, or the in rather. Apple juice, set frequency, and receive only. And we should see it if it's working, which it isn't. Yeah, we're going to need some liquid ducts. No worries, we have a fair few of them. Oops. Throw the overclockers on the ground. And I threw it on the ground. Receive only, apple juice frequency. Okay, still need to change this one over. I thought the SafeTRACKS would work right next to it, but apparently not. And it's actually the first time I've ever used SafeTRACKS, so I apologise if Because loads of you are screaming at me like, no, LeSquatch is the wrong thing to do, you moron. Set and sand only. Is this working? Oh, this has to be wrenched. Right? Wrench, go out. No. Okay, shift right click on that makes it faster, that's good. So let's put you down. Come on, please work. Do I have to give you a redstone signal? Yeah, I think I have to. Okay, where should I put this redstone signal? That is the question. Ah, if I can stand still. Redstone torch. You can go here. Don't think you should be interfering with anything. Good, that's going in. And you are ignore redstone, so that shouldn't be affecting anything, right? This redstone conduit shouldn't be affected either. So that's going down, that's all good. And then you should be going in. Okay, all I did was flick the thing around and it seemed to have worked. But it's not working anymore. Go you. Ah! Do I still need you? No, I don't. There we go. Yes. And this is apparently spilling over the edges. That's not good. Oh, actually that might be a feature. But anyway. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, filling it with apple juice. Sweet, that is exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Right, and it only took a little bit of derping around for me to get the right idea. Whoops. Just clear out so that we can get some not horrible black light in the background. This looks a bit weird. Is that better? No? Bit of lighting glitches. Never mind. So, that is all good. Is this emptying out of apple juice? Let's just triple check. Yes, you are working. This is working. Everything is working. And we should be getting lots of mulch, making lots of humus. And how are we doing for the rubber? 56 rubber wood. Sweet. Everything is working. But I think we have run a little bit over time, probably because I was derping so much. But yeah, we have a rubber farm, we now have an apple juice container, and we have started our liquids room. And that shall become full of many delicious liquids in a short space of time. It shall be awesome. We'll have all sorts of stuff there, molten redstone, molten ender, lava probably, biofuel, biomass, all these things, all these wonderful things. But for now I shall say thank you very much for watching. If you liked, then a like would be appreciated, it helps me out a lot. And once again I shall say thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode. So what we can get on with for the rest of this episode is changing that rubber farm into a wheat farm. And in order to do that we need to get a soldering iron, and this is going to be used for changing the nature of the farm. So I will get the items. Oh, raccoon, no! Guys, help, 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 wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Let me use you as bait. Where'd you go? Like, seriously. Guys, where are you? No, I'm scared.